Auditor-General Tsakani Maluleke is briefing the National Council of Provinces on the 2023-24 audit outcomes for local government. We take you live to that briefing now.
The icon next to it says that we are chairing SAI20 with South Africa holding the chairmanship or the presidency of G20. The Auditors General of the G20 countries also have their own engagement platform, which is SAI20, standing for Supreme Audit Institution 20. And we are engaged in a conversation together with my fellow AGs that is really questioning how we can add value into the system of governance in our respective countries, still being independent, but be seen and experienced to be a value-adding partner in governance and in development. Let me get on to today's agenda for now that I've done a bit of bragging about the Audit Office. The audits have been completed, and indeed the respective audit reports have been tabled in the different councils. We've also analyzed outcomes per province and engaged with the provincial leadership in each of the provinces. We've met with the legislature. We've also met with the executive in each of the provinces to talk to them about their outcomes. At this point now, we're able to share with you the national picture. The work that we do is still informed by the mission and vision of the office, which is about us serving as independent auditors of the state, all with a key mandate of contributing to strengthening democracy by using the fact that we audit and report and engage with different players in the ecosystem of accountability so that we equip them to do their work even better. Ultimately, the goal is to improve governance, to improve oversight, to improve transparency and accountability across the state. We've also informed our work by the strategy of the office, which really has us engaging with all stakeholders on how we can help them to improve their performance, their accountability, their transparency, and their institutional integrity. We know only too well that it is going to take many players in what we've called an ecosystem of accountability to change the culture in every institution within the public sector, to ensure that everyone that has responsibilities within government is seized with matters around performance improvements, around integrity, around transparency, and about accountability. This slide, which deals with the accountability ecosystem, is something that you would have seen many times. And in summary, it's us saying that every single public institution doesn't operate as an island. There are responsibilities for the people that run that institution, so the officials, the senior management, the municipal manager as accounting officer, the internal audit committee, and in the realm of municipalities, the mayor and the speaker and the council and impact. But beyond the boundaries of that institution, there are responsibilities that sit with the executive and administration at provincial level, as well as with the legislature at provincial level. There are also important responsibilities that sit with those that are in the national sphere. When we look at the governance arrangements within the country, we are convinced that if every single player in this ecosystem of accountability did their part well and consistently so, and if every single player was seized with ensuring that they collaborate and cooperate properly, we would have very few governance problems, unlike is the situation right now. What we've done in this report, Honourable Chair and Honourable Members, is we've designated quite a bit of the chapters to look at the role of the executives that deal with provincial level COCTA. We've also spent quite a bit of time looking at the role of the mayors, because we are convinced once again that if you look at a municipality, there are significant duties, responsibilities, and authority that sit with the mayor and even with the speaker. And so when we audit, we don't just stop with the accounting officer, as important as that player is. We've got to think about whether or not the mayor and the speaker are doing what they're supposed to do. We often find it all too easy, I think even as South Africans, to look only at the role of the accounting officer. especially in the municipal space. If you look at the key provisions in the Municipal Finance Management Act, in the Municipal Systems Act, the role of the mayor and the speaker are actually very important. And when mayors do their part, things run well. And when they fail to do their part, things do not run so well. I'll come to that probably a little bit later on through the report. The outcomes themselves, I would like to draw your attention to the very last row on this slide, which depicts that when we started our audits, we would have had, when we started the analysis, we would have had 10 audits outstanding. However, we've been able to complete a number of those audits and are now sitting with 3 audits outstanding. Outstanding in that they are not yet completed. There are 3 auditees whose audits are not yet completed, and that is Mafube in the Free State, that is Maludia Pufong, also in the Free State, and that is also Tabachewu in Mpumalanga. Those 3 audits have not yet been completed because the submissions have not happened in the way that they should as yet. We hope that the municipalities will get the submission culture right. Because submitting financial statements is really the basic accountability action by anyone that's entrusted with managing public funds. So that some municipalities do not submit financial statements should worry all of us. Last year, which is 2024, there were a number of municipalities that submitted late. Other than these 3 that haven't submitted at all, there were a few that submitted late. Although on average, there's been an improvement, a gradual improvement in the submission of financial statements, timely submission of financial statements. We're concerned that, especially in the Free State, there are far too many municipalities that still don't submit their financial statements on time. The call to action we keep placing on this one is to the provincial leadership, because it is up to the provincial COCTA, provincial treasury, as well as the premier, to set the tone around what is tolerated in terms of at least this very basic thing of getting the financials submitted to the Auditor-General on time as required by law. We've now completed the audits for the ones that submitted late, and the outcomes are not great. Most of them had undesirable outcomes. And so even the ones I've mentioned where they've not bothered to submit, you'll know that they're characterized by governance challenges of real significance and even service delivery matters that should worry all of us. If we keep moving to the left from the blue, we get to the red, which is the disclaimer of audit opinion. The good news is that the disclaimers are continuing to come down. And that is credit to the provincial leadership in most of the provinces that have taken it upon themselves to support municipalities to come out of disclaimer. When we started with this new administration of local government following the 2021 elections, we had 28 disclaimers. We're now sitting at 14. It's still 14 too many. However, it does demonstrate that there has been attention to this area. The 7 adverse audit opinions are also concerning, because those municipalities are those where they've submitted financial statements, but even based on our audit of the records that they would have given us to support the information they gave, we came to an opinion that we did not agree with those financial statements. In brief, it says that those financial statements are simply unreliable. They are not credible. We move then to the purple zone, which is the ones that have got qualified audit opinions. The qualified audit opinions are those where we say that the financial statements are incorrect in specific areas. At least we can tell you where the problems are. So it's better than adverse. But if you look at the fact that that's 35% of the base of municipalities across the country, it tells you that we have not yet built the capability and the discipline within...
Chair, can you hear me? Because I don't hear anything from your side.
Sorry, Ms. Maluleke, sorry. Let me just attend to the issue.
Children here with the Honorable Somba. We don't hear anything.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me? No, you can't. I'll have to call you on the phone. Can I just check what is the problem with the sound? I've been seeing that they've been struggling with the sound. Can we just get from the technical team what's the problem? I'm sorry, we have to wait a little bit until, because the members have to follow from the start, and there's been a lot of...
Well, there we were, just listening in to the Auditor-General Tsakani Maluleke releasing the 2023-24 local government audit outcomes. We will go back to that a bit later.